for about French Judaism. It's a very tense period, very contradictory period. There is after the Shoah, the community had it was very, of course, very difficult, like in every country, to rebuild the community. But with the coming of Sephardic Jews, I think there was some kind of revival of communitarian Judaism, and today there is a very lively French community and a French way of living Judaism in a communitarian way. I think it's very tense because there are two main issues. The issue of anti-Semitism in France with the two terrible events of the torture and death of Ilan Halimi, and the shooting of the kids and also adults in Toulouse, a Jewish school. This is a very anti-Semitism is a very important issue, and I'm very pessimistic about what will happen in the future, because I think it's getting worse and worse. After Toulouse, there is what sociologists call a Merah effect. Mohamed Merah, who killed the Jews in the school. Merah effect in the French suburbs, which is that the Mohamed Merah became a hero. Why I'm pessimistic about the future of a Jewish community in France is that after the shooting of the Jews in Toulouse, Mohamed Merah became a hero in the suburbs. This anti-Semitism is, people say, okay, it's just in the suburbs, it's not French, it's not a question of French people, it's just very, it's not the whole country that is anti-Semitic, but only people from the suburbs. But it's not completely true, because this anti-Semitism is linked to anti-Zionism, and anti-Zionism is, to my opinion, the modern form of anti-Semitism, and anti-Zionism is spread in the whole country, in every newspaper, in TV, always. Mm-hmm. So this is a very important and a terrible issue for the Jews. And the other issue in French community, in French Jewish community, is the issue of a certain way of living Judaism in a very religious way, let's say a fundamentalistic way, with what happened with the French great rabbi Gilles Bernheim, that was who was sent away, and now there is a certain tendency that wants fundamentalistic. What I call fundamentalistic is that it's Jews, religious Jews, that think that women should not learn Talmud, for instance, that Jews shouldn't have too many links with non-Jews. That's what I call fundamentalistic. And now they take the control of French Judaism through the consistory and through the great rabbinate. So this is very important in my identity and my way to live Judaism, which means that Sephardim are, I think they have this way of being Jews as something very natural, very important in everyday life. I'm a Shomeret Shabbat and mitzvot and eating kasher, but I am a woman that lives in the time of our society. So, like every French woman, I'm a French woman and I am eating kasher. So maybe sometimes it's a contradiction, but that's what I try to do, and I think Sephardim manage to have this way of being very close to tradition, but also very open to their society. There are many Jewish issues, but it seems that yes, the issue of identity is very important. Because Jews have always defined and redefined themselves according to what they live and to where they live. I think Jewish identity is not like a dogmatic thing that will never change, but it changes a lot, and that's what is interesting in Judaism and in life, is to the evolution, but evolution in tradition. So there is something that stays always in Jewishness, that will always stays, and there is something that is pluralistic, that is linked to what to the culture of the different countries where the Jews live. French Jews are not at all like American Jews, like Israelis. Sephardic Jews are not like Ashkenazim. And what is great about Judaism is the pluralism. That is, I think that is an important thing. And what is passionate to me is the evolution that we live after the Shoah, and how we can redefine ourselves against today. The Judaism is not a religion; it's a culture. It's wider than a religion. There is a religious way of being a Jew, but Judaism is much more than a religion, and and the notion of Am Israel is essential in the definition of Judaism.